I know Roger's actually gonna really regret making this channel with me, because now everyone is just gonna see how weird I actually am. Tea. We already had tea today, but we're gonna go a little crazy and we're gonna have coffee as well, which might be bad. Is it bad? No, they say when you're pregnant you're allowed to have 2 to 3 coffees a day. But I had black tea, which is technically caffeine. So yeah, if I have 1 coffee, that will be fine. But then I can't have any more tea today. I can have green tea. Does green tea have caffeine? Or I'm gonna look it up. Oh, it does. Green tea contains caffeine. Per cup, it has 25 milligrams of caffeine, but isn't that the same as coffee? So why wouldn't people just rather have coffee? I don't know, I like tea, but I don't drink it for the caffeine. I don't drink coffee for the caffeine either, to be honest. I just like the taste. See, I'm very good at distracting myself. What was coffee? I'm not gonna film because I want to blow my nose, so after that I'll come back. Do you want to know a fun fact? In Iceland, it's like gross and kind of rude to like blow your nose like with a tissue paper in public or in front of anyone, because it's really gross to us. But apparently in like every other country, it's really gross to like suck in whatever is going on, but that's very normal in Iceland. I mean, I've lived in Russia, I've lived in Germany, I've lived in Norway. I don't know if it's rude in Norway, but I assume it is. I want to apologize to all the people I've grossed out because I suck my stuff in. I'm doing better. I'm learning to blow my nose, but I won't do it in front of people. Except I've done it in front of Roger. We're married, right? It's okay. Sorry, Roger. I blame it on the pregnancy because I don't know, I feel like I have to blow my nose like 8 times a day since I became pregnant. There's science to it. There is. I'm not exactly sure what the science is, but there is science to it. It makes sense. People are like, yeah, that happens. So I'm like, yeah, it's scientific, you know? Anyway, I made coffee. New spot. You can see the baby. I almost said her name. That's her. That's her right there. Well, I'm gonna go change. I'm gonna make myself presentable because you guys deserve better. Yeah, you deserve better. So we're just gonna pretend like this took 1 second, but it's actually gonna take like 30 minutes to 45, so. See? I look better because y'all deserve it. That is cold coffee. I don't know where I'm gonna film this. My apartment isn't very big. It's not like I can choose between a lot of spots. It's basically kitchen or living room. Or bedroom? No. I could film it, no, I'm not gonna film in bed. What about kitchen looking at living room? Is that better? Well, we kind of need to be facing this way because that's where the light is. So, is this okay? Roger's gym bag. That's fine. How do I start this? Well, basically it was like the first 2 weeks of pregnancy is what we're discussing right now. And then I'll probably get into like the overall experience of the first trimester because it was a lot. I mean, I feel like God was just like, here, have like all of the symptoms. Well, first off, I want to say that this is completely unplanned. This pregnancy, I mean, we're happy about it, but it's completely unplanned. We were planning to not get pregnant for like 2 years, We wanted to travel around a bit. We wanted to meet like our family in America. We wanted me to finish school, like finish my master's and get a job. And we wanted to have a lot of things settled. Yeah, we had a lot of plans before we would start having kids. I was like tracking my cycle. I knew where I was at in my ovulation, and I wasn't supposed to be ovulating at the time that we got pregnant. But it was. God's timing is the best timing, so I guess, you know, our plans just weren't meant to be. So 2 weeks before my positive test was my birthday, the 13th of October. I started getting symptoms, but they were very mild and I didn't really recognize them as pregnancy symptoms. I had it kind of like in the back of my mind, like, you know, this could be pregnancy symptoms, but then I was like trying to rationalize it and I was like, well, there could be a lot of other things too, so I mean, probably not. So just, you know, relax, lady. I mean, I was having mild cramping and some headaches, but I had already been having headaches for months previous. Like I had been having daily headaches. It was really bad. I had to have like medication for it, and I went to different doctors. I went to the ER. Like it was a mess. I'll talk about that in a different video if you guys are interested. But I shrugged it off as just like mild cramping can be my endometriosis, and the headaches, I mean, I've been having them anyways, so nothing new. But I had that little seed in the back of my mind, like there's something different. I didn't want to freak myself out, but I was aware that it was different, you know? So 2 days later, on the 15th, I felt strong cramping, but on my left. This is my right side. On my left side. So I didn't feel it on my left side. I felt it on my right side. So I started feeling like strong cramping on my right side. Well, I found it a bit odd because I wasn't supposed to start my period for another 2 weeks. Again, I kind of just shrugged it off as the endometriosis. That little seed in the back of my head from before was like, it's different. It's pretty strong. It's on one side. You know, probably something to think about. The next day, which was 11 days before my positive test, that's when I actually like really started to realize that I was pregnant, because my chest area, my breasts were getting very sore, but on the sides, which is like, that definitely never happens when I have my period. So that was something very new, and I was like, okay, this is most likely pregnancy. Because I knew that I hadn't been ovulating. I knew, like, I obviously was ovulating, but I thought that I was further along, so I started taking tests from the 16th of October. I took like 4 tests that all came out negative throughout the next few days, and I just started to think I was going crazy, because I was like, if I am not pregnant and I'm having all these symptoms, that would progressively get worse. I told Roger, I was like, if I'm not pregnant, we need to have a look at my brain, because this is not normal. Because my body was telling me things and my brain was telling me things, and if that actually wouldn't line up, I would worry. I also started finding it incredibly painful to brush my teeth. My gums were just very sore. It felt like they were bleeding, but they weren't. So it just felt like, you know, paper cuts like on my gums. It was incredibly painful. And I had no idea that that was a pregnancy symptom. Apparently it's a very common one that I had just no idea about. So after I Googled that, I was like, yeah, I'm probably pregnant. So the next day, on the 17th, I was incredibly nauseous. I remember I took a tortilla chip, like one tortilla chip, and I was about to eat it. As soon as my tongue hit the tortilla chip, I ran to the bathroom because I thought I was gonna puke. I didn't, but I thought I was gonna puke. It was so strong. Oof, yeah. I also couldn't be around when Roger was feeding Sari, like when he was putting the cat food in her little bowl, and when she was eating, because then there would be way too much smell. It was really bad. It was really, really bad. So on the 17th is when I was actually like convinced that I was pregnant. On the 18th to the 20th, nothing really much to report. I had abdominal cramps, sore breasts. I was very bloated, but that was just normal, to be honest. And I mean, those symptoms, it's so weird that pregnancy symptoms and premenstrual symptoms are basically the same, because it messes with your mind. You're like, should I even believe that I am pregnant? Plus, I was taking all those pregnancy tests. So, I mean, I genuinely thought I was going crazy, because my whole body was telling me you're pregnant. And my mind was just like, but it could be PMS. Like, on the 21st of October is when the fatigue really started setting in. I was getting so tired. I was sleeping. Some days I was sleeping 14 hours. There were a few days that I slept 18 hours. Not consecutively, but like I would sleep like 11 to 12 hours. And then during the day I would need to nap, which I still need to do. This pregnancy is incredibly tiring. I'm grateful to God that He blessed us with this pregnancy at this time, because I would not be able to work because I sleep all the time. I'm so tired. I thought it would go away in the second trimester, but because I'm in the second trimester now. Whew, I'm so tired all the time. Like, I could nap right now. So yeah, over the next few days, I was just very sleepy and very hungry. You know, I was just thinking, you're a hungry person in general, so you might just want snacks. This might just be you. I don't know. But you know, it was too early to tell on pregnancy tests. So from the 24th, I started to experience insomnia. I couldn't use melatonin to help me sleep because it's not recommended for pregnant ladies, and I wasn't going to take a chance, but I was having a very hard time sleeping. And I would sleep for like a few hours, and then I would wake up and be starving. Could not go back to sleep unless I ate something, so I would usually just have like a bowl of cereal or like a toast or something small, and then I would go back to bed, which is a huge reason for my incredible weight gain in the first trimester. Not even the first trimester, it was like the first few weeks. It was a lot. It was like a good 5 to 6 weeks that I was waking up and eating in the middle of the night because I couldn't go back to sleep unless I had something in my stomach. So yeah, this kept going, and like all of these symptoms that I've named were this whole time. Since I got nauseous on that tortilla chip, the whole first trimester, I was incredibly nauseous. Like, so nauseous. But it was like this, it wasn't like the nausea that you puke over, because I didn't puke in the first trimester. It was just this like dull nausea throughout the whole day. And the only time I wasn't nauseous is when I ate. So I was eating all the time because it made me feel better. When I tell you I gained weight, I gained weight because it was my escape from feeling so uncomfortable and gross and nauseous, you know, but it worked out. So anyway, on the 27th is when I actually got the positive test. I wasn't shocked because I knew and I was expecting it to come up. If it didn't come up, then I was gonna worry, but it did. It came up and it was a very faint line. Faint positive line. Very faint. I think I have a picture of it. Yeah, it was so faint that Roger didn't even believe that it was a positive pregnancy test. I showed it to him and he was like, no, you're not pregnant. Yeah, I had to take like 2 more pregnancy tests over the next few days for him to actually believe me. And we didn't get a strong positive line, like 2 strong lines, until like a week later. But that very faint line was enough for me to know and to feel calm about the pregnancy and that I wasn't going crazy. But we kept it hidden, like the whole 12 weeks. We kept it hidden. We kept it from everyone. Christmas was actually the exact 12-week mark, which was really great because we were able to give our parents like little boxes with little gifts and like the sonar picture. And that was so sweet. But yeah, oh my goodness, the first 12 weeks were brutal with all of these symptoms. And then on the 12-week mark, my symptoms actually changed. I had all the symptoms except my nausea changed from being like really bad throughout the whole day until I ate to being really good all day. I felt totally normal the whole day until I ate, and then I felt so nauseous. And that lasted for about 2.5 weeks, and that was brutal. It's one thing, and it's like really bad for your mental health to just be constantly eating because you see yourself like growing and you really can't do anything about it because it's the only thing that makes you feel better and not nauseous all the time is eating. So I wasn't gonna beat myself up for it, but I didn't feel great about it. But then when you actually can't physically eat, when you feel so sick from eating, that really messes with you. That was definitely, I felt like that was worse than the previous 12 weeks. All that to say, my first trimester was a mess and a half. It was really bad. It was really uncomfortable. Whew. But like week 14, which is the beginning of the second trimester, like my symptoms started to dwindle away and I actually started to feel a lot better. I'm definitely gonna be talking more about the second trimester once I'm out of it, because then I have all the info, all the dates, everything. Now I'm hungry and I'm tired and I want to sleep. So thanks for watching, and this was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video, it helps a lot, and subscribe if you haven't. Click the notification if you want to know when we put up a video. Okay, that's it. Okay, bye.